Hello there, this is CANWAN Kenan from Kenan Plays, and today we're going to play part 13 of Burokku Girls. Alright, let's continue. Looks like Taki is still using his ultimate skill, which caused everywhere around to just crumble and fall because he's able to control the blocks. But even then, the job wasn't done. The odds have been tipped in our favor, but that much was certain. But what couldn't be certain was if I could manage to get all the ducklings into the hole and away from the people. So I turned the platform I was about and sent it back towards the village interior. Asahi, I'm over here! Well, Asahi is here, pretty cute little sexy Asahi. Following the sound of voice, I once again laid eyes on the battered warrior woman who had been my companion from the very moment I first arrived in Burokku. And I looked into the eyes that were filled with mix of relief, confusion, and something else together. Something that... Are you alright? Are there any more ducklings? I'm not sure. They got hit pretty hard and... Takeshi, how are you doing this? I don't know. I mean, it just happened and... I trailed helplessly as I took in Asahi's stupefied gaze. I lost the ability to speak completely as I took in other gaze being turned in my direction, and it didn't take me long to figure out why. According to Asahi, the knowledge needed to move the blocks had been lost for a long time, and yet somehow I was able to do it. Perhaps even more importantly, I had used this ability to save their life. Well, after the monstrous battle that had caused so much pain and misery had started, and now the people below were looking at me, asking me with their eyes why I had waited so long, why I hadn't stopped this awful battle for survival before it had begun. Why had I stood there doing nothing while they were being forced to kill those that had been enslaved by the underworlders and were killed in return? I didn't know, I swear, I didn't know I could do any of this. I mean, I only just got to this world, how could I possibly know? It's like in the movies where the hero suddenly discovers he has an unknown special power right in the nick of time to save the day. And it's always felt totally unbelievable, so how are they? Taki, the pit you dug in front of the gates, how are we supposed to get out of the village? Right, I'll make a bridge, that will work. With that in mind, I guided my platform out to hover just before the gate and again focused. Once more, circuit-like clips appear when my hand touched the blocks, and the blocks elsewhere responded, taking the form of a nice sturdy bridge that led from the gate and would carry anyone safely over the ducklings that still screamed and raved for chaos and destructions. And as I worked, I found myself wondering how I was able to do this. How was I so readily able to do something no one else knew how to do? I also wondered if in saving their life, I had destroyed their ability to accept me, if they would fear me the same way they fear the underworlders, if Asahi and all of them would... Well, I don't think they'll fear you, they will treat you like a god, you know. It looks like all the ducklings are either down or contained, Liana. What about the underworlders? Did anyone see what happened to them? I saw two of them go flying over the village wall. I lost track of Gwendor when the ducklings swam all over me. Anybody see where she went? She went right here. I froze at the sound of the cold, miserable voice that sounded behind me, and then panicked when I felt a pair of arms wrapped about me. Looking back in shock, I saw Gwendor clutching at me, and even worse, I felt my feet sliding down something. When I looked down, I saw a pool of ooze beneath me, in which I rapidly sank. A pool that abruptly sank past the limits of block I stood upon, resulting in me falling into an impossible tunnel of slime that had appeared from seemingly nowhere. Ugh, no! I quickly tried to summon the blocks, but before I could try to do so, some more slime rose and my body sheathed my hands, keeping me from touching the blocks, even as I was put down into the ooze. No, I won't let you do this. We were so close to being freed, and then you ruined everything. And now you're going to pay. Pay. Looks like they have finally captured Taki. I tried to command the block as Gwenor sucked me into the tunnel of slime, but nothing happened. Not much, as a single block came to my aid. Blast, I guess I can't command the blocks unless I'm touching at least one of them. And to my dismay, there were no blocks in the world of the cold slime and ooze that Gwenor was presently pulling me through. There was nothing solid for me to grab. To gain any knowledge of leverage, I had lost my useless sword earlier, and my shoe was of no good in this situation. And so I had gone from virtually unstoppable to completely helpless in the blink of an eye. I broke one of the biggest rules in gaming: always focus on the boss character first. That is true, always focus on boss character first. But where is she taking me? It wasn't long before I got my answer as Gwenor pulled me out of her world of cold ooze and into a section of woods. But even as I caught the sight of precious blocks that were my weapon, strands of hair shot forth and snared me once again, lifting me up of the ooze and heaving me high up into the air. And this time, make sure he doesn't swim free. Of course. Good work, Gwenor. Alright, the three of them is here again. Whoa, sexy and cute. Oh, I wanted a print screen that I missed. As I looked down from where I hung suspended in air, I saw the sconch and fury eyes in the tree of the underworld girls, with no fury greater than that being shot at me by Gwenor. Her. Kill him. Please kill him. I couldn't help but be chilled by the sheer venom in Gwen's word and the sheer misery and rage that spewed down from her eyes. We were so close to finally being freed. That was the last village. The overworld would have been ours until he ruined everything. Kill him. Make him suffer. No, Gwenor, we won't be killing him. I have a much better idea. How are you feeling? Do you have enough energy for another ectopod? Nope, not yet. Still tired. And why won't you kill him? He needs to die. He's dangerous. He already ruined everything. He's not dangerous. At least not as long as we can keep him away from any blocks. I saw how his power worked, remember? He has to touch the blocks in order to manipulate them, and that's something I'm not gonna let happen. And he might have trapped the ducklings we brought in the battle, but there are more roaming the land, and all we have to do is round up another force of them. Just rest for a little and be ready to get us out of here as soon as you can. The overworlders won't be long in trying to track us down. Most probably, I think the ninja girl, Zara, is it? Most probably she will find Taki and save him, hopefully. I really didn't like the way Andy said that she had a better idea. I've heard that said enough in enough video games and movies to know that meant something really bad. Even worse, I had a pretty good idea as to what that better idea entailed, and that was something I want no part in. But at the same time, the underworlders' words meant it. Wherever we were still fairly close to Kehei village. Close enough for Asahi and maybe some others to find us if we waited here long enough. And while I couldn't touch the blocks, I sincerely doubt that any of them were dumb enough to take the chance of letting me get free if I could find some way to stop them. Why are you doing this? Why are we doing what? This war? Why did you start it in the first place? Why do you hate the overworlders so much that you do all of this to them? Do you really think you are doing them a favor by turning them into mindless monsters? Shut up! Whoa, she's really angry, right? Please kill him. Please let me kill him. I said no. And I mean no. Seems like she is the lowest rank of the two of them. And as for you, I'll be the one asking question here. For instance, you referred to the overworlders as them, like you are not one of them. And you were able to move the blocks, control them, and make them do whatever you want, despite the fact that no one knows how to do that in centuries, even longer. So what exactly are you? Well, it wasn't exactly what I had in mind, but I still managed to get the underworlders talking. Now all I had to do was to keep them talking, and maybe even get them go think about how helpless I was, and how there was no chance of me escaping and all that, at least until help could come. I'm not from this world. I'm from a place called Earth. My father, well, I was trying one of his inventions, and somehow I wouldn't up here. The underworlder reacted to this statement pretty the way you expect any rational person would. Gwen was scowled, never looked at me like I had lost my mind, and Andy rolled her eyes like I was being the biggest moron on the face of the planet. Not from this world. What kind of idiot do you think we are? Scoffs. Honestly, what idiots could be stupid enough to believe such a pathetic story? I would. Whoa, alright. No, I got finally one supporter right here. At this declaration, both of Nivea's associates looked at her like she had completely lost her mind. Huh? He's telling the truth. I can sense it in his words. Oh, looks like she has the ability of, the lie detector too, just like Dawn. Great, she's a living lie detector just like Dawn. Just what I didn't need. Wait, you mean he's actually from a different planet? Are you kidding? Hey, you don't believe me? That's fine. But how else can you explain him being able to control the blocks when no one else in the entire world can do it? If either Andy or Gwen had a comeback from this, they failed to give voice to it. Instead, they turned their eyes towards me in wonderment. Well, if that's the case, why are you helping the overworlders? Yeah, why do you rule out a chance of being free? I have a bunch of reasons, but first of them has to be the fact I ran into a bunch of the Darklings almost as soon as I got here. What do you expect me to work for a bunch of mindless monsters that tried to fireball me to death? Well, Andy and Gwen made faces at this. Neff just laughed wickedly. You know what? Maybe Taki will start being friends with all three of them, and maybe make peace in the whole entire realm. Well, you can't argue against logic like that. So, you really have no idea what's going on here, do you? No idea why you hate the Overworlders so much? I have no idea. Now I know is that you three are brainwashing people into being monsters and making them fight against each other. We hate them because they are the reason we have to live in the underworld in the first place. Well, seems like Taki is finally getting the other side of the story from the underworlders. And maybe actually they are the good people and the overworlders are the bad people. Anyway, we don't know unless if we continue the story. Huh? What do you mean by that? They didn't approve of the ways we live our life, of the fact that we were stronger and took what we wanted. Before we lost the ability to move the blocks, the overworlders exiled our ancestors to the underworld. They couldn't stand that we embraced the darkness when they only wanted light. So they decided they would trap us in the perpetual dark of the underworld for all time. Do you know how awful it is down there, trapped where the blocks were first made, just trying to survive every single day? Yeah, and every day we spent down there just trying to keep ourselves alive. We woke up and went to sleep knowing that the overworlders were looking down upon us, mocking us. But that happened centuries ago. You said as much yourself, Asahi and everyone else I met, it had nothing to do with your ancestor being exiled. Those weak, worthless waif of skin were still enjoying the life that we deserve. Besides, we were living above for centuries. How the heck could they not be looking down on us? I swear, just by processing that bit of so-called logic almost had me sprain my brain. I found myself wish I could properly move, if only to massage the hate I got from my efforts. But you are still destroying them, even though they never did anything to you. It was their ancestor that banished you. So what? They still have something that we want, so we are gonna take it from them. End of story. After all, that's how we do things. And if they are too weak to stop us, then they die. It doesn't really get much simpler than that. I had not been a fan of the Underworlders before now, but it was fair to say that my opinion of them hit an all-new low after hearing them say this. True. You know what? I really don't like them anymore. The fact that they had no compassion, so clearly they didn't care about the people that suffered as a result of their action, just burned the pit of my stomach. Okay, so if you were trapped in the underworld, how did you manage to get free? I thought you said you didn't know how to move the blocks. Oh, we might not be able to make them sit up and play tricks the way you do, but that doesn't mean we can't take something made out of blocks apart one block at a time. And do you have any idea how long it took us to tunnel to the surface? To get close enough to allow Gwendor to get even those of us up here into the overworld? How many generations of our kind wasted their life breaking down the layers between our worlds one block at a time? How much? And do you have any idea what he's tricking us into doing that? What? Do you have any idea what he's tricking us into doing that? Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Oh great, I was hoping to buy more time. Isn't it obvious? We're standing around here explaining our past and all the rest to him. His overworlded friends are probably out there trying to find us. Or do you really think that they are stupid enough to just stand around and let us turn someone who controls the blocks to darkness? I couldn't help but shudder at this. You know what? I shudder at this too. At the fact that how are they going to turn him to the darkness, you know? I wonder. Both at the fact that Andy had caught up on my plan as such as it was, and the confirmation as to what the Underworlders had in store for me. Turn to the darkness? You want me to turn to the darkness? Exactly, just imagine what we could do if we combine the blocks. We wouldn't need an army of Darklings to lay siege to the blasted village. The village itself would take care of the Overworlders for us. We could even have the village head own home come flying to us with her in it, unguarded and ready to be turned. But I don't know if I can manage it. Those ectopods, I'm still tired. We don't have a choice, Gwendor. I don't want to kill him unless we have no choice. Not with how long it takes for us to round up enough Darklings for another army. And it'll be too dangerous to try and haul him somewhere else. All it takes is latching him onto a single block and we'll be in big trouble all over again. Gwendor's expression made it clear she wasn't happy about that idea. Me? I was even less happy. The idea of being turned into yet another of those mindless horrors and monstrosity that exist only to destroy the lives of others made me sick to my stomach. Hey, hold on. Turn me into... Look, controlling the box takes concentration. Do you really think I'll be able to do that once you cook my brain? Then I guess we'll just have to take it slow to make sure you can still use your head. And even if it doesn't work well, at least you get to suffer for getting in our way. True? Suffer? Are you sure you will make Taki suffer? Most likely you will make him enjoy it, or give him a massage or something like that. Yes, you deserve to suffer. No, it's not suffer. He sure does. And after our attack blew up in our face, I could use some entertainment. Without another word, Neff lowered me closer to the ground, all the while taking care to make certain I could not possibly reach any of the nearby blocks. Positioning me so that I was lying face up, with my hands and legs spread out to my sides. Then she sent more tendrils of hair to ensnare the areas around my crotch, waist and neck. Sexy. The tendrils tightened about my frame, making it hard for me to breathe as Gwendor loomed over me. I'm gonna enjoy watching Gwendor completely destroy you, just the way I'm gonna enjoy the way she makes you enjoy it. Just the way I'm gonna enjoy the way she makes you enjoy it. What? Is Gwendor gonna rape him? My heart thundering in chest, helpless as never before in my life, I squirmed about as much as I could, trying to get free of the restraining hair. Anyway guys, I think it's time to stop the video. We're about to reach the 20 minutes mark, and in the next part we will see how Gwendor is going to caress him. Hey, I like the heart shape here. It's quite cool, right? Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye! Whoa. Did you get scared? Well, subscribe to my channel, and I promise you, you'll never get scared again. Or watch more videos, and you will be able to find your peace in life.